Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rahul Mpethe. Today we are going to discuss about the Arduino Uno. Arduino Uno is a prototype platform. It's an open source platform based on an easy to use hardware and software. It consists of a circuit board which can be programmed, referred to as a microcontroller, and a ready-made software called Arduino IDE. IDE means Integrated Development Environment, which is used to write and upload the computer code to the physical board. Why we are going to discuss Arduino? Because if we want to design an IoT based circuit or a project, that time we required a board which is used to connect with sensor as an input and receiver or transmitter as an output, which is again easily connected with Ethernet shield, and then the data is easily available or access on a open source API. So about the Arduino board are able to read analog or digital input signal from different sensor and turn it into an output, such as activating a motor, turning LED on and off, connect to the cloud, and many other actions. So on the basis of connecting a cloud to the cloud, we require to access the data on a cloud. That is the main purpose of IoT. You can control your board function by sending a set of instructions to the microcontroller on the board via Arduino IDE, which is referred to as an uploading software. Unlike most previous programmable circuit board, Arduino doesn't need an extra piece of hardware called a programmer in order to load a new code onto the board. You can simply use a USB cable and which is directly connected with computer. Additionally, the Arduino IDE uses a simplified version of C++, making it easier to learn to the program. It's very easy to write a program, upload the program, and burn it in this particular board, which we will discuss in the next further slides. Finally, Arduino provides a standard form factor that breaks the function of the microcontroller into a more accessible package. So this is a small introduction about the Arduino, but the depth in Arduino we'll discuss in next slide. So about the function of Arduino or the pin configuration of Arduino, we will discuss one by one. The Arduino Uno is a microcontroller board based on the Atmega 328. It has 14 digital input output pin, out of which 6 can be used as a PWM output, 6 analog input, and also have 16 MHz ceramic resonator. It have a USB connection which will directly connected with computer for uploading a program. It have power jack and ICSP header and a reset button. These are the main feature or the function of Arduino Uno, which will be again a part of your Arduino system. Now we are going to discuss the board function or the pin configuration of a board by using Arduino Uno. So first we will go through a power USB. Arduino board can be powered by using the USB cable from your computer. All you need to do is connect the USB cable to the USB connection. It means we can directly connect USB cable to this particular power USB node or connector, and we can access the computer or run a program or burn a program in this particular board or a programmer IC. Now we are going to discuss about the power barrel jack. As we have a power through computer itself, if we require a power through external source, so that time we required a power barrel jack. Arduino board can be powered directly from the AC main supply by connecting it to the power jack. It means if we are going to connect or place this particular board as a node in a remote area, that time we required a power barrel jack which is going to provide the supply to the Arduino board. This is a part of your two power supply or power jack which is going to use for providing supply to the Arduino board. With the power jack, there is one more particular IC is going to connect with this particular power jack, that is voltage regulator. The function of the voltage regulator is to control the voltage given to the Arduino board and stabilize the DC voltages used by the processor and other elements. It means it is going to provide a stabilized voltage to the component which is going to connect with the Arduino board. So this is about the voltage regulator. Fourth point is a crystal oscillator which will provide the proper crystal frequency to the Arduino board and to the IC. We can say the crystal oscillator helps Arduino in dealing with time issues. How does Arduino calculate a time? It's simply by using crystal oscillator. So the number of printed on the top of the Arduino crystal is 16.000H9H. It indicates that the crystal oscillator or the crystal frequency is 16 megahertz. So this is the frequency which is going to generate the proper or dealing with the time issues for Arduino board. Now we are going to discuss about the next point, that is Arduino reset. You can reset your Arduino board, that is start your program from the beginning, or you can just reset it for uploading the program. You can reset the board in two ways. First, by using the reset button indicated as a 17 number on the board. Second, you can connect an external reset button to the Arduino pin labeled as reset pin. So by using the reset pin, we can also reset the Arduino board, or by using 17 number socket, we can also reset the Arduino board. So this is the pin which is going to start your program from the beginning or during the uploading a program. First, if we will press the reset pin, then it will easily upload the program if there is no error in that particular program. Next, we are going to discuss about the pins of 3.3, 5 volt, ground and V in. So what is the use of 3.3 volt? Some component or some input device or the output device which require or which will operate on 3.3 volt, that time Arduino board easily give it to them a proper 3.3 volt for their proper functioning. So 3.3 volt indicate as an 0.6. It's a supply 3.3 volt. Second is 5 volt indicate as an 0.7. Supply 5 output voltage. Of course, it is used to provide the 5 volt voltage to the processor which is going to connect or place in the Arduino board. Also will provide some 5 volt supply to some of the component which are required a 5 volt specific 5 volt supply. So that time we will provide the 5 volt supply through 5 volt pin. Arduino board, most of the component used with Arduino board work fine with 3.3 volt and 5 volt. Next is ground, indicate as an 0.8. There are several GND means ground pin on the Arduino, any of which can be used to ground your circuit. So if as we require the input voltage, or there are two basic pins mostly used for the supply, power supply. One is 5 volt 3.3 or Vin. With respect to that, we required a ground pin so that it will complete the circuit and will get the proper connection or the proper output. Next is Vin. It indicates as an 0.9. This pin also can be used to power the Arduino board from an external power source. So if we require the power supply or power from the external board, that time we will use a Vin pin, like AC main power supply is directly get connected with this pin. So it will provide the proper voltage to the Arduino board. As we, if required 5 volt, then it will give it to the 5 volt by using the stabilizer or a voltage regulator IC. Next, we will discuss about the analog pin. The Arduino Uno board has 5 analog input pin A0 through A5. These pins can read the signal from an analog sensor like humidity, temperature sensor, and convert it into digital value that can be read by a microprocessor. So as it is indicated as in a 0.10. So if we required an analog, if we try to connect analog sensor, then it is get connected with this pin and then it is generate their values, give it to the processor, and then it will available on the output level, output circuitry. Either it will display or it will transmit. On the basis of a requirement of a circuitry, it will display or transmit. So this is analog pins which are going to connect analog sensors and generate the output. The main heart of this particular board is microcontroller. Of course, each Arduino board has its own microcontroller. You can assume it as the brain of your board. Of course, the main IC on the Arduino is slightly different from the board to board. Of course, if the processor is different, then the size and the particularly structure is different as per the use of a microcontroller. The microcontroller are usually of the Atmel company. You must know what IC your board has before loading up a new program from the Arduino IDE. You should aware about that, which IC we are going to use. On the basis of that, we have to upload or loading the program. This information is available on the top of the IC. So it is available on the top of the IC. So you can read first which IC it is. On the basis of that, we will choose it and then burn a program. For more details, about the IC construction and the function, you can refer to the data sheet of each and every processor data sheet. So this is the main heart of a Arduino board, that is microcontroller. Next is ICSP pin. Mostly ICSP is an AVR, a teeny programming header for the Arduino consisting of multi-output single input, multi-input single output, serial clock, reset, VCC and ground. So these are the main function of ICSP pin. It is often referred to as a SPI, as a serial peripheral interface, which could be considered as an expansion of the output. Of course, if we require multi-output single input, multi-input single output, serial clock, reset, or referred to as an SPI, as a serial peripheral interface, which is used as an expansion of the output. Actually, you are slaving the output device to the master of the SPI bus. So it's a function of master and slave. So it will just slaving the output devices to the master of SPI bus. So this is about the ICSP pin. Now the power LED indicator, which is indicated as a pin number, point number 30. This LED should light up when you plug your Arduino into a power source to indicate that your board is powered up correctly. If it is not, if this light doesn't turn on, then there is something wrong with the connection. So if this particular LED will become on properly, then it indicates that your board is powered up correctly. This is a simple way to identify your board is properly working or not. Next is TX and RX LED, indicated as a point 40. On your board, you will find two labels. One is TX as a transmit and RX as a receive. They appear in two, it indicated as a point number 40. They appear in two places of the Arduino Uno board. First, at the digital pins 0s and 1 to indicate the pin responsible for serial communication. Means if the data is transmit, that time it will get blink as per the speed or the time duration, and when the data is received, then RX LED will get blink. So it's flashes, the TX LED flashes with a different speed while sending the serial data. Because of the serial communication, the speed of flashing depends on the baud rate used by the board. As we know, the standard is 9600. It is available. The different baud rates are also available. You can choose, but we have to mention in the program itself. RX flashes during the receiving process. So these are the two pins which are these are the two LEDs which are going to indicate that data is serially transmitted or data is serially received. So this is about the transmitter and receiver function of your Arduino board. Now we will discuss about the digital I/O pins. It is indicated as a point 15. It's a particular serially, it's nothing but from this particular location from 0 to ground, means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the Arduino Uno board has 14 digital I/O pins, out of which 6 provide PWM, it's a pulse width modulation output. These pins can be configured to work as input digital pin to read as a logic value 0 or 1, or as a digital output pins to drive different module like LEDs, delay and any other functions which are going to operate. The pin labeled dash, it's here itself, we can see the digital PWM, it's indicate as in a digital PWM. So digital PWM indicate as in a dash can be used to generate PWM. So those who have a dash indication, that is used as in a PWM generation. So this is about the pin of your digital pin. Next we'll see about AREF pin. It stands for analog reference. It is sometimes used to set an external reference voltage, if available, between 0 to 5 volt if available, as the upper limit for the analog pin is input pin is 5 volt. So if there is any external reference voltage is available, then it can be available on this particular pin, that is AREF, that is analog reference. This is all about the pin configuration or the board configuration, Arduino Uno board configuration. Now we will going to discuss about the installation process of Arduino Uno. We'll go first step by step. Step 1, it's most important. It's not that much like we are very well aware about this, but we require a cable. You must have your Arduino board first. You can choose your favorite board. Number of boards are available, that also we will discuss, and a USB cable. In case you use Arduino Uno, Nano, Arduino Mega 2560 or any other Arduino board, you will need to standard USB cable. Of course, it have a pin, 2 pins as an A plug and B plug. The kind you would connect to the USB printer as shown in the figure, as we know very well about that. One side is a USB cable and second side is nothing but your USB socket, which is going to connect with the Arduino board, and USB socket is connected with the computer. So this is a basic step which is required for the Arduino installation. Next, step 2, download Arduino IDE software. You can get different version of Arduino IDE from download page. If you're going to search in a Google search engine, you'll get number of Arduino IDE versions on the Arduino official website. You must select your software, whatever you require, which is your compatible with your operating system, for example Windows, iOS or Linux. After you file download its complete unzip file. As it have unzip file, power up your board means you have to unzip it and then you have to start download it and then run the program. So Arduino Uno or any of the particular board with the USB connection to the computer or external power supply, you have to particularly download that particular software and then run it on your computer. So we will launch the Arduino IDE. It means after your Arduino IDE software is downloaded, you need to unzip the folder. Inside the folder, you can find the application icon with the infinity label, that is application.exe file. Double click on that particular file and then you will start to run the program in your computer. Whenever you will connect the Arduino board to the computer using USB cable, the green LED, power LED should glow. If it is not, then you have to check the board or the connection. After installing this particular software in your computer, then there is a window which is going to open in your particular desktop or on a computer. Then open the first, for opening the first project we require to select a file. Then there are some sort of option. Once the software start, you have two options: create new project. Second option is open an existing project through example. To create new project, you have to select new as indicate as an arrow, but to open an existing project you will select example, then basic. Then if you want to select a particular blinking of LED in a particular duration, in a particular time delay, it means LED will get on and off with some delay, time delay. You can select the blink program that we will see in the next lecture, blink program, and then it will get run. We have to install it, then burn it, and then upload it, and then this is a process. But before that, we have to choose or select your Arduino board, as we are to avoid any error while uploading the program to the board. You must select the correct Arduino board name. Number of Arduino boards are available, out of which you have to select a perfect board which is going to use in your hardware, as an hardware, which matches with the board connected to your computer. Of course, whatever the board is connected with your computer, that has to be select, or that should be selected by your tool. Then means go to tools, then board, and select your board. Here we have selected Arduino Uno board according to our tutorial, but you must select the name matching the board that you are going to use. So if you are going to use another board, then you have to find out the name of your board in this list, click on that particular board, and then work in process. But again, there is one function. You have to select a proper serial port. Whenever you will connect the board with USB cable, select the serial devices of the Arduino board. For that purpose, again go to tools, serial port menu. It's simply like that. Whenever you will click on a serial port, the particular serial port is indicated there that you have to choose. To find out, you can disconnect your Arduino board and reopen the menu. The entry that disappears should be of the Arduino board that time. Reconnect the board and select the serial port. It means whenever you will again reconnect and then connect it, that time it may possible there is a change in a board name, as indicated here, COM1, COM2, COM3. We will know that COM3, COM1 and COM2 are usually reserved for hardware serial port. Okay, so we can select any one of this, COM1, COM2, COM3, or if multiple, then it will be available as per the connection of your computer with the board. So after selecting all the after doing all the process, for example uploading means installation of program, then run the exe file, Arduino exe file, then you will get the particular, select the particular board, then serial port. During the installation of program, we have to be conscious about that, or we have to aware about these particular functions that are nothing but your upload the program to the board. We have to aware about this particular pin. Before explaining this particular pins, we are very much aware about this symbol appear in the Arduino IDE toolbar, which are going to indicate as an A, B, C, D, E, F. So A indicate used to check if there is any compilation error is there or not. If there is an error, then we have to check the connection and add the previous process. B used to upload a program to the Arduino board. B point is used to upload the program to the Arduino board. C shortcut used to create a new sketch. D used to directly open one of the example sketch. For example, we'll select a blink in a previous lecture. E used to save your sketch, means whenever you will select the example, then first of all you have to save it. If you want to make any changes, you will change it and then run, and whenever it will get run or upload, we have to check their output. So for checking their output, we have a serial monitor. Serial monitor used to receive serial data from the board and send the serial data to the board. So it is available on the serial board. Now simply click the upload button, means it is indicate as in a point P in the environment. Wait a few seconds, you will see that RX and TX LED on the board flashing. It means it says that the program is going to upload. If the upload is successful, the message is indicated as a done uploading will appearing in the status bar. It is necessary to note that if you have an Arduino Mini, NG or other board, you need to press the reset button physically on the board first. Immediately before clicking the upload button on the Arduino software, then and then only you will start to upload the program. So this is all about the pin configuration of Arduino, the installation process of Arduino, and the detail about the Arduino Uno board. If you like this lecture, please subscribe it. Thank you. In the next lecture, we will see about the practical demonstration of a program. Thank you.